Every now and then I get questions about how to increase the number of reps in a specific exercise. What's interesting is that people usually suggest options like adding weight, slowing down the movement tempo, doing complementary exercises, or strengthening the muscles involved. All of these ideas could be valid in certain cases, but none of them are truly the best way to increase your max reps in a specific exercise. In this video, I'm going to explain what actually is the most effective way to boost your max reps and different methods you can use to put it into practice. Before we get started, just a quick reminder that you can support me as a content creator by using my code JERAI on Prozis. You'll get a 10% discount on supplements, healthy foods and sportswear, plus free gifts depending on your order amount and points you can collect and exchange for even more gifts. Thank you so much for your support. What I want to explain in this video is that the best way to reach this goal isn't about looking for exotic or complementary alternatives. It's simply about doing a higher weekly volume of reps for that specific exercise. If we look at how some of the greatest endurance athletes in calisthenics history trained, we'll see that many of them did use weighted exercise, variations and other tools, but the main method they always relied on was simply doing a huge number of accumulated reps across their workouts. So how do you do this if you are working with exercises where you still can't do a lot of reps yet? Well, you break down the total reps into a lot of sets, even spread across different days, focusing on reaching a very high total weekly volume of reps. Now, how can we apply this in a practical way? Let's take an example. Someone who can do a maximum of 10 pull-ups and wants to increase that number. One option is simply to do way more sets. For example, you could do 3 sets of 8 reps, then 4 sets of 6 reps, then 6 sets of 4 reps. That way, in a single workout, you'd be doing 13 sets and a total of 70 reps. Another option would be to do a cluster with low reps. For example, 15 sets of 5 reps, giving you a total of 75 reps in one workout. You could also do an EMOM with low reps, every minute on the minute. For instance, a 20-minute EMOM doing 4 reps every minute will give you 80 reps in one workout. Another method we have talked about on this channel is doing a ladder routine. For example, a descending ladder starting from 10 reps, then 9, then 8, all the way down to 1. That would add up to 55 reps in a single workout. And finally, you could do something called grease the groove. It's basically like a cluster but spread throughout the day. For example, if you have a pull-up bar at home, you could hit a few reps every time you pass by it. As you can see, all these methods are based on the same idea, doing a very high total volume of reps of the target exercise in each workout, and consequently across the entire week. Now let's look at another example, exercises where you can only do between 1 and 5 reps. For these cases, I recommend doing the following options. If you can already do at least 3 reps, I suggest using the methods I mentioned, sets, cluster, EMOM or grease the groove, but with just 1 or 2 reps per set. If you can only do 1 or 2 reps and you are already hitting failure, I recommend working with easier versions or progressions of the final exercise. Still, you will apply the same methods we talked about. Once you can do at least 3 reps of the target exercise, then you can move on to the previous approach. So, what about the other methods people usually suggest, like adding weight, doing a slow tempo, using complementary exercises and so on? My opinion is that they can work, but they aren't optimal. Take for example adding weight. What you are really doing is focusing on building strength rather than endurance. Gaining strength does slightly boost endurance, since both abilities are definitely connected, but is not the most optimized way to improve endurance. To maximize endurance, you are better off doing a ton of reps of the target exercise without adding weight. If you are interested, I can make another video specifically focusing on the best method to increase your time in isometric holds, like the planche or the front lever. Let me know in the comments. Finally, if you want examples of specific routines using the methods I explained in this video, we have a whole endurance section in our app, Calisthenics app, with 122 free routines featuring different examples that can help you out. Plus, if you are a pro user, we also have the intermediate endurance and elite endurance training programs, which offer detailed week-by-week programming to improve your endurance. Make sure to check it out. I hope everything was clear and helpful. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the like button, use the code JERAI on Process, and I'll see you in the next video.